And we are off. Ricky Evans with the opening break of the match. He's made a ball. He has a first opportunity. It's not a particularly easy one. Yeah, that was tough. Forced into that shot because the cue ball leave wasn't the kindest. But all of a sudden, this finish looks a hell of a lot easier for Jordan Shepherd, and he's got more options on the table. He could go stripes if he wanted. And there it is. You heard it there from myself and Stephen out in the arena. The big battle here is, it feels like you've got a shootout expert and you've got an American pool expert. Both experts in their field. Something's got to give though. And it'll just be fascinating to see which one does. Jordan in prime position to knock off this first rack. Just needs to mind his work a touch. It's the only thing that can really go wrong. Oh, he's got away with one. He's got away with one here. One-legged, and it goes. Cue ball's going to keep on running. It's going to keep on running, and it stops in time. Puts a little hand up of apology there. Some in-house analysis for the Welsh wizard, who does go one frame to the goods. How's the break? Well, it's pretty good, but he's got no friends, and it's going to bring Ricky Evans to the table to try and atone for the missed pot.
Well, I gotta
in the
say,
first frame.
I gotta say, watching him analyze his shot was pretty interesting, because he looked pretty disgusted with it, but he won the rack, so he's got to feel a little bit, okay with it, right?
An uncharacteristic miss in frame one from Ricky Evans. We've seen him go whole matches today without missing a ball. He did with the very first one in this matchup here.
Yeah, and Ricky's has been so impressive, but so has Jordan. I think this is the match of the tournament here. Whether it comes to fruition as to the dynamite I want it to be, who knows? But these guys both have definitely put on some of the best performances. You can't turn down Sam Henderson in his recent victory over Justin Bergman. But, I mean, this really is a star-studded shootout. We've seen guys who know this format better than anybody go out in the first round. And it's kind of wild to see it, but just goes to show you the firepower all the way around the bracket is here. And I'm very, very excited to see which one of these guys is going to secure their place in the finals.
Yeah. Ricky Evans has been particularly impressive, not just because of the way that he's played, but also because the players that he's beaten Shane Thompson and Tyler Steyer to be here in this semi-final. That's a decent run by anybody's metric.
Well, when you put it like that, and then if he were to take down Jordan Shepherd to get to the finals, it might be the toughest run you could get, to be honest.
This is an interesting shot that he's just played, mind. No intention of a pot there. He's tried to just contain. Difficult to contain in this game, though, because you already know that Jordan Shepherd is going for these. And that very quickly makes that decision from Ricky look like a bad one.
He made it look easy.
Not that he particularly had much choice with the shot, we should stress, but yeah, that one shot opens everything up for Jordan Shepherd.
Well, we've yet to see a 6-ball shootout. So let me get your opinion, Steve. Do you think we're going to see one?
I'd love to say yes. I would. But I think the issue we've got with that is the prevalence of Mr. Shepherd and Mr. Melling. They both play so quickly. It's so unlikely for them to be involved in a match that goes the distance.
They're also going to be very good at managing the clock when it gets down to that. So if they have the lead, whereas Ricky or Sam might not play the clock to their advantage when it's getting down to the wire.
Yeah, there's an element of that for sure.
Chris and Jordan can and will if they need to. So it'll be interesting. Maybe we get one in the finals.
Yeah, that would be great.
That's an evil laugh right there.
It was, yeah, it was. For me, I'd be surprised if we went through 15 games in this tournament and didn't see a single shootout. But I think it does speak to, the quality in the fields.
Yeah.
Most matches have gone to 6 as opposed to being decided by the zeros coming in on the scoreboard, which ultimately that's what you need.
Edge of your seat, tense. It makes you sweat, even if you're not in the arena.
Well, Ricky's going to feel sore with that one. He's flushed that break and got no reward for it.
This is a reoccurring thing here. He's smashing the breaks and getting good layouts and just not having a ball go in. Even in the matches that he's won and won well, his break hasn't particularly been working. If he could dial that in the next 22 minutes, he really has an opportunity here to find his way into the finals. He's going to have to dial it in.
Jordan almost missed that.
And used all of that side pocket, and I think he knows it.
Well, let me put that conundrum for Ricky another way. If he doesn't find his break, he's going out the tournament.
Very, very true.
Because you can't keep offering up chances to your opponent in this format. The race is just too short. You'll get put away quickly before you even have the right of reply. Jordan Shepherd here doing what he can do very, very well. And I mean this in a nice way because Jordan's a very nice man, but he's a bully when he's at his best. He's intimidating around the table. He walks around at speed. He looks like he's never going to miss. And that's what he's trying to do here. We heard Chris Melling talk about in his interview, when his opponent misses an 8-ball and Chris has a wide open layout, he openly admits that he tries to intimidate the opponent a little bit by blasting the finish off at super quick speed and just getting the opponent's head. It's not the #1 goal for Jordan. He's just trying to play his stuff, but he does it anyway by playing the style that he does.
Yeah, and it's a situation where Jordan, I think he's really taken to the tables in a large way, and I think he's almost comfortable on them.
Yeah, he's still not getting his cue ball right though. His potting though is good enough to get him out of trouble.
Yeah, when you hit the center of the pocket like that, your cue ball can be a little off. Not a lot off though, and this is what's happening here. He's really in a tight spot here. And it's gonna leak out. He's got a shot. Ricky has a chance to get on the board, and this is an important layout right here.
Oh, it's huge. It's the difference between 3-0 and 2-1.
And that's a huge swing. Right now, where we are in the clock, that is a huge swing. And Ricky played that ball. He's going to have a shot. I don't know if he got what he wanted, but he's going to have a shot. Just got to take it simple and smooth. He's been doing that all day, so it shouldn't be an issue for him. And I don't have a horse in the race, but it's hard to root against some of these guys that really just come out and show firepower and are so respectful. That's my favorite thing about this event so far is every player that's been in here, in this arena, it's well documented how they've spoke about how they like the format and how excited they are to be here. And I absolutely love that. It goes to show that this format is not only fun for the viewers, but it's fun for the players too.
Yeah, it's something different. It's something very, very different. You know, we know the US pool audience, the majority of which, of course, are players as well, like to mess around with different games. There's always something. Oh, what a touch that is, Ricky.
Well, this is a little karma back on.
It is.
On Jordan. Got a little fortunate here.
For me, Ricky looks a touch nervous, and that, of course, is understandable. Well, that was a good effort from Jordan Shepherd. It really was. That he will now lose the frame, but there's an edge to Ricky Evans that there wasn't earlier on in the day. He looked so assured, never in doubt that he'd make a ball and make a finish. But there is just that little seed of doubt just starting to creep in to his play in this match. Well, and he's not got a frame on the board, of course. We've said it quite a few times today. The first and last frames, they're the hardest to win.
Well, I'm wondering here is, I know for a fact that Ricky was familiar with Shane Thompson. When I spoke to him, he says, yeah, I saw him in Louisiana. I have an idea of who he is. And I know for a fact that he knows who Tyler Steyer is.
Different continents from different codes of the game. And they're putting on an exhibition for us here. Jordan Shepherd is somehow not going to make a ball off that break. And these are pretty nice, especially on stripes.
Yeah, I find this interesting just looking here. If you're watching, he just broke with his shooting cue, and he has a break cue leaned up over here. Break cues are not relevant in English pool, is it?
Yeah, you'd be surprised, I think. Yeah, because so some education on the English side of it. This is a rare moment for me to use my authority here, because usually you're the one educating me. But the thing is with English pool, because you've got a much smaller white, the cue tip size tends to be quite small. So you're talking like an 8mm and 8.5 millimeter, probably
small.
Your average cue tip size, which means that you can play the nippy little draw shots and little touch to the side and all the rest of it that you need to with a much smaller white. The issue is, because English pool balls are much, much lighter than American pool balls.
Of course.
The issue with that is when you hit the break shot, you're trying to hit it as hard as humanly possible, and with a small tip and all the rest of it, English pool players don't really like using their playing cue to break with, so they'll put that to the side, and out comes the break cue. And it usually looks, ironically, like an American pool cue.
Okay.
It's big, it's chunky, it's got a big tip on it, and they play it through.
And the reason I ask is simply because I did see the break cue over there. I'm wondering if maybe he forgot to grab it. Maybe he didn't like the break before, because I feel like he was breaking pretty well earlier.
Yeah, there's plenty of questions. I mean, these are unfamiliar bits of equipment for Jordan Shepherd. We should stress that.
That's true.
I think he only started using that cue that he's using today.
Oh, no.
And Ricky is... And look how quickly Jordan's at the table. Ricky's not even at his seat, and Jordan is almost pushing him out the way to get to the table.
Well, he did say he was a bully. Yeah, this is very interesting here. Jordan has a great opportunity to break those balls out, and he just clipped the 11. That really messed things up. That's not not good for Jordan.
Yeah, you may see him draw back here. I don't know where, because it's difficult to hide the cue ball now on this table.
The 4-ball might go off the rail, off the 13, into the side. So maybe he just tries to continue his run here.
You think he's going to look at a combo off the jaw, off the 13 there?
It's possible. If, again, going back to what he's used to.
He's going to screw into them here. No, he's going to play your shot, I'm almost certain.
going back to what he's used to, that's not a shot that you would play too often on the style of tables you guys play on. So is he comfortable with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the sort of shot that Jordan Shepherd would play. He's very creative.
Oh no.
He missed it again. He's going to have to play it soon. He's got no choice now. He may, though. I mean, this is a thin-looking 6-ball. Can he try again?
So the problem with this shot is that he's going to have to draw, but he's also going to have to play it with inside, because if you draw this ball to this rail, to the bottom rail, it's going to come too wide. So it's a very difficult shot, and I think he got a little overzealous there on the stroke. Ricky Evans needs to take this opportunity right now to finish this rack out and take Jordan out of the equation. It's what he's going to have to do.
And what we're seeing here, Stephen, is there's a little bit of edge on this match. We've seen a lot of first visit clearances, a lot of flawless action, really, throughout the day. I mean, especially from both of these two players who played beautifully to be in this position here in the semi-final. All of a sudden, you're in a big semi-final, and sometimes it feels like you're in a big semi-final, and it's quite often a bit of a trope that semis sometimes are harder to win than the actual big dance.
Well, and honestly, without putting too much blame, it might have something to do with us, because we both discussed with each player about their opponent. We may have put it in their head a little bit, which wasn't the intention, but there is a story here. These two guys have arguably had the performances of the tournament so far, barring Sam Henderson's victory over Bergman. I mean, there's a lot of pressure here. It's important to win this game. You're guaranteed the finals. You're guaranteed a nice little cash payout. And these guys have worked hard all day. They don't want to come up short.
Speaking of coming up short, I think he's landed perfect here, Ricky. Big shot, though. Oh, he's played this well.
Nice little come out.
Oh, wants to keep running. Yeah, perfect. Brilliant shot.
Yeah, and the crowd's going to cheer for that one, because that was a beautiful shot.
Ricky Evans squares things up. 2-2 in the semi-final.
And it's going to be Ricky Evans making a ball on the break that comes up high. The 6-ball, does it go? If the 6-ball goes, this is done. It should be.
Well, you can't hit a break much better than that. That was perfectly executed.
Yeah, we talked about his shortcomings on the break in the last couple games, but
they've not been performance related, if you know what I mean.
Just
they've been outcome related. Yeah. He's striking the break so nicely. It's just, I feel like it's almost law of averages that it's going to turn around in his favor at some point. If
Justin Bergman could break like Ricky Evans, he would have beat Sam in making a ball on the break. That break is very, very powerful. And as long as that ball goes down, it does make it very tough for Ricky's opponents to get ahead. 2-2, 11 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. It's about to get nerve-wracking, guys.
Well, we did say that it was unlikely we'd see a 6-ball shootout in a match that involves Jordan Shepherd in particular, because he played so quickly. But this has been an uncharacteristic match from both of these players. Plenty of multiple turn visits in each frame, and it's elongating the frames and it's shrinking the match. We may well go to the clock here in this one, unless they really start to up the pace, which is possible, of course, with two such quality players. That was a great pot into the side pocket from Ricky Evans.
Let me tell you, I don't know how many times you played on this table. I hit 1 or 2 balls on it, and those side pockets, a lot of players do not want to shoot towards the side pocket because they are tighter.
Especially not that angle that he played that, yeah.
And that was a very, very nasty angle that he was shooting that ball at, and he made it look easy.
Yeah, that was very, very nice.
He's still having some positional issues, but as far as just making the ball, other than the few rare instances where crazy stuff happens, There's a reason I've been calling him Red Hot Ricky Evans.
This is the key shot. To tuck around the back of this 12.
Oh,
he's short.
How good did he hit it? Just a little short. You know what? He's going to bank this ball back towards the left side, I think. Unless he can. No, he can't. I think
both corner pockets are blocked.
Are they?
I think he's got to cut it. He's got to cut it.
This might be the shot of the tournament if he cuts his ball. Oh.
And to add insult to injury, he opens the table wide open. Jordan Shepherd asks for the cue ball to be cleaned
on a 15-second timer
and calls his extension at the same time.
He's giving Scott Price, our referee, a run for his money, isn't he?
And I can only think that's due to the chalk that his opponent's using. That Sheppy wants to feel as comfortable as possible. No chalk marks on the cue ball.
Yeah, you don't want to skid. That's for sure. Is that what you guys call that when dirt on the balls? It causes a weird reaction when the ball.
We'd call that a kick.
A kick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what you heard Chris talk about in his interview earlier because he had a pretty nasty one.
Yeah. So here that's called a skid.
We should do a video at some point where we compare and contrast.
We need to.
Almost like a glossary.
Take a list of terminology.
It is fascinating how much it crosses the two cultures, but
well, what's crossing right here is Jordan Shepherd back into the lead. All he's got to do is pocket that 8-ball, and
you could see he's just got that little spring in his step. And he's starting to tick, is the Welsh Wizard. Because all of a sudden there's a bit of jeopardy involved. There's a prize to be won. Place in the final. Jordan Shepherd makes a ball. He's not done that very often in this game. And how is the leave? I don't think it is too bad. Don't think it's bad at all. He'd love to be able to see a stripe. But he may be forced into solids. Let's see.
I actually like playing the 5 and just coming
hit the top cushion. Yeah, I think that's the shot.
I think if he can nail that shape, I don't think he did. If he can nail that shape, solids are the bet. But you gotta nail the shape. Let's see, he's having to run backwards now because his 3-ball was where he needed to be to get on his 1, and he's just taking all his shots away. I hope it doesn't cause him to run into huge issues trying to run this rack out.
It may well do. What he could do is use the 7-ball up at the top as a little bit of a connector. He can land short position on that. He can do that here if he wanted. Oh, I tell you what, how good a shot is this?
Yeah.
Oh, how good a shot is that?
And here he can just play the 2, bump the 10, and take the 7 straight down to the corner pocket if he wants to. If that's how he chooses to play it.
That's such a good shot from Jordan Shepherd. It really is. Classy touch.
Simple shot, but as effective as could be.
Do you know what will please Jordan the most about that shot is he got his line spot on.
Yeah.
That's what he's been struggling with all day, is knowing where that cue ball is going to be, knowing the line of his shot and his pace, and he absolutely nailed it there.
Well, and Jordan Shepherd really has just had an immaculate day, and I think I haven't given him his due credit because his matches have been so quick and so devastating for their opponents. Look at this. The point of no return is a long ways away. Watch out, cue ball.
Does he? No.
It held up.
He's had a bit of a touch there as well.
Look at how beautiful this break is, and he just doesn't have a great shot to open.
I'd say it's a little bit of karma because his line's wrong, you have to say. He was I can't believe that cue ball's not good. Can't even, the more I watch it. It looks destined for the heart of that pocket.
The 11 ball here, I think if he can make the 11, I think he's got an out. Because he's got a big pocket with the 8 ball. Now that, oh no, he's overrolled.
He's okay. He's okay here. He can use the 12 to the side pocket.
So the key here is shooting the 9 and letting it just clip the 8 ball and get the 8 off the rail. That way the 8 opens up. Oh no. And he didn't really do anything wrong there other than just wasn't quite on aim.
Those are tough shots. When you're pumping them into the side pockets like that, your margin is small. You know, we talk about the size of the pockets. It is relevant. It's a relatively easy game to pot a ball in. But those shots right there, those ones are tough. And you saw that in full effect.
And Jordan didn't get what he wanted here.
I think he's going to play safe. I'd be surprised if he went here. He's
This
playing
is
the
a
combo.
dangerous shot.
He's playing the combo, of course
this
he
is
is.
a dangerous shot.
I mean, to going off on that line is pretty extraordinary. We talked about how difficult it is to find the side pockets from the bottom rail. He's managed to do so.
So, my dad, who taught me everything I know about pool, told me one time, he said, if you hit that cue ball and it hits on the diamond, any diamond, it hits on the diamond, if there was no friction, you would eventually scratch. And when Jordan shot that ball, the first diamond it hit was that second one right there, dead on the money. And it was just that gut-wrenching feeling. It looked like it was going in slow motion for me. I can't imagine how it felt for him.
Imagine how it felt for Ricky Evans, who would have been absolutely delighted to come back to the table in this rack here. He wouldn't have been expecting it. Oh, wow. Well, you could hear the reaction of the crowd. It sounded very similar to me.
I'm a little speechless on that one. Oh, no.
I mean, that's incredible.
Absolutely gutted is Ricky Evans right now. That's the scratch of nightmares.
Well, we'll show you it back in a second. I still can't believe it happened.
And Jordan obviously feels extremely fortunate to be back at the table. It should be him seated in the chair thinking about the in-off, the scratch.
And as it is, he's going to go on the hill 3 clear. What a huge frame that is.
Around 3 minutes left. This is very, very close.
He caught those nice, but he's going to go in off. And now then, it's not all over for Ricky Evans. We've seen him dance with this match clock before. He needs to take out a very quick finish.
Very quick.
And give himself a shot.
Sub 45 seconds is what he really needs to do here.
Yeah, he's got to fly. Because Jordan just broke, it means that should Ricky want to get himself level, he's going to need to play 3 frames, and 2 of those are going to be on the Jordan Shepherd break, which means he will need to clear them. You can't rely on a golden duck, really. You've just got to do 2 quick clearances there.
Time's running, kid. You're going to have to fly.
And that could be that.
Oh, no.
And that could be that. That should be that.
I really feel for Ricky Evans in this spot because he didn't really play all that bad. The score doesn't tell the story. But
it's decided on moments. We say it all the time in shootout pool. It's won on moments, and Jordan Shepherd has won the majority of the big moments. Ricky's won a couple, but in those key swing frames, they've by and large fallen to the Welsh Wizard.
Well, in any combat sport, it's not about how many punches you throw, it's about how many punches you hit. And Jordan has hit a few, and it looks like he is on the path to knock out here and force himself a spot into the finals. Ricky Evans coming up just a little short. Yeah, see Jordan slowed down. He knows where he's at now. He doesn't have to run this rack out. He can just play smooth.
Yeah, he's still going to try and make it, which is why he took that 3 ball on. If he was just chewing clock, he'd have taken the 4 at the top of the table, I'm sure. But Ricky's going to keep him honest here.
And I think Ricky knows what's going on.
We may see the concession here, though. It's that.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Brilliant match, that one. Two fabulous players. And for Ricky Evans, a shame to see him lose. He's been fabulous today. Really, really enjoyed watching him play, and we'll keep an eye out for him in the Open competition this weekend. That is for sure. But USA, meet Jordan Shepherd. He is an absolute superstar, and he's going to be your new favourite player, I think, by the end of this weekend. A super performance from the Welsh Wizard.